Hey, how you doing? How you doing out there in YouTube land? This is the segment we call Chilling with the Homies. We're going to break out some green, and we're going to talk about some politics. And this is going to be some real homie talk, you know, just word from the barbershops, only minus the barbershops, with homies, if you get what we're saying. In the news again today is Michael Vick. They've suspended this guy for 6 more weeks after he's been in jail for 2 years. What do you think, my man Arthur?
Say it again, sir. Go ahead.
I was just asking your opinion on this whole Michael Vick situation about suspending this guy for 6 more weeks after he's done 2 years of hard time.
It's fucked up, yo. You know what I'm saying? They got the same, like I said, I be saying this shit ever since they started it with the big shit, with that hunting shit. You gonna shoot a deer in the face, you know what I'm saying, from long range, and that's cool, that's legal. But this nigga made money, extra money. Dog fighting is valid, understand. But at the same time, you got motherfuckers, like I said, increase it to everybody. I guess the greed came to the fact, but they shouldn't try, you know, to suspend this nigga extra 6 games after the fact nigga did 2.5 years in jail almost. You know, I did this time, basically.
I have to agree wholeheartedly. It's like, it's a damn shame when we getting our wisdom from Terrell Owens, where he likened it to beating a dead horse, and essentially that's exactly what you're doing, man. This guy's been suspended for 2 years, and now he has to do 6 more weeks. It don't matter. He can do a stand on his head, but now you're just being mean. You have to get the official N.F.L. punishment because, you know what I'm saying?
He lied to him. That's what
the lie. Okay, all right. Let's be honest here. Your job put you in an office, say, "Hey, man, was that you smoking weed in the back supply room?" What do you say? Yeah, that was me smoking weed in the back supply room. Or, nah, I don't think I was. Nah, that wasn't me smoking weed in the back supply room.
That still ain't me. You don't care if you got a camera on me.
And then they find footage.
Still ain't me.
They're gonna beat you up on your integrity. You mean the integrity to try to save your motherfucking job and livelihood? Let's be honest here, man. Most people would lie for a lot more, for a lot more than saving their livelihood, man. If you get my metaphor, matter of fact, I guess the best way to say it is you'd say a lot more bullshit to save your job. Besides lying about a blowjob for Bill Clinton, or dog fighting for Michael Vick, or smoking weed in the back storeroom, you know, your garden variety average person and just trying to make his way in the world, you know? Yeah, soapbox in your high voice. Yeah, is a consensus on that. Indeed. What's the next thing? I think
talk about 106 in Park.
106 in Park.
B.E.T.
B.E.T. What do grown folks think about B.E.T? Do you really think all the black folks out there are watching B.E.T trying to emulate this garbage? Which is really what it is garbage. They perpetuate stereotypes on B.E.T that they hope will be reinforced in society, so it's an ugly cyclical motion. So you see what's on TV, you want to be what's on TV, so you're outside trying to be what's on TV, then you have a distorted perspective of life, women, and the pursuits of happiness. Because
all black men are drug dealers.
Yeah, and men, and you know, yeah, and what I was basically trying to say is it perpetuates the most ugly side of black people, and then portrays that as real black. So if you go contrary to the real black, you're leaning towards Oreo or talking like white folks or whatever they're trying to justify nowadays. Because you know, if you ain't rocking that Versace and you ain't cursing and smoking weed and selling drugs, you're not the real nigga. Ask Jeezy what a real nigga is, and that's the sad thing when he's the archetype for black males in our community, because we don't really have any. Well, we have a lot of single parents, and the single parents are mothers. And what happens is, as a black youth growing up, you see the only guys that even look like you having any success, and they're speaking that real cool shit, because when you're around 13, 12, around that teenage years, you're in rebellious phase, and you want to cling to the rebels around you that's doing well. You want to emulate those. You want to emulate your 50 Cent that has the gold on, who says fuck society and I'm going to get it my way. And you want to be like that. What happens is you have a skewed view of the future, saying maybe I can do that.
Sling rocks.
Sling rocks. I can even be a rapper. Hey, you can be a rapper, but rapping ain't what it used to be, my brother. When was the last time you heard a rapper going platinum?
When was the last time you heard a rapper rap? on some rap, like actual skill.
Yeah,
and creativity and originality.
Yeah, that's another thing too. If you have too much creativity or you have too deep of concepts, they have a tendency to blackball you or not give you the promotion that I feel you might deserve. Take example, Lupe Fiasco.
Oh man, hold on, before you even go into that, man, I had a nigga that I tried to sell a Lupe Fiasco CD to the other day.
Black anecdote from the real. Here it comes.
All day trying to sell it. He's like, man, I don't get down with that motherfucking positive shit. I was like, what you mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? All that inspirational, but stop.
Oh, it's still capturing. Okay, sorry.
Oh, it's this shit. Nigga said, nah, man, I don't associate, you know what I'm saying, with that. Oh, I ain't trying to uplift nobody and shit. I ain't trying to, you know, so I was like, so you're not, you know what I'm saying, you want to hear about better empowerment of your people or even yourself, you know what I'm saying, a way to do shit better, or, and I even say you got to do it, but you don't want to try to hear of a notion to do that, or maybe just spark an idea. Nah, man, I just stick with Lil Wayne. I'm like, go. Okay, that's all you listen to, huh? Do you, when did you become a Lil Wayne fan? He's like, man, I've been a Lil Wayne fan since Carter 1. Like, alright, so that means you ain't heard what Jones back in the day, he was young, he was actually rhyming. You ain't heard that. You like, we talking about? Like, okay, I ain't even going to no further with that, but you know, so he just basically, when Lil Wayne decided to blow up, started talking more about slinging these rocks, slinging his coke is when he blew up, and that's when everybody's trying to follow him.
Which I don't think he was doing. He has a lot of albums. You mean to tell me you making all this money with cash money, you going to reinvest it in rocks?
And rocks. You
personally? Wayne, weren't you like 15 doing concerts and shows?
Didn't he shoot himself?
Yeah, he shot himself. So when he say he got shot, he shot himself. Fucking with a motherfucking gun when he was 13. I remember reading an article about it. And that's the funny thing about rap nowadays. You're uber hard when you do something, when you tell these street stories with no proof. This is the only society where, you know, you can really make your own street cred if you say it loud and long enough. I'm a thug, and you say it in a thuggy voice for long enough, and everybody gonna believe you like some motherfucking ducks. He's a thug then.
These things
thugs don't get on wax and talk about thug shit because they get indicted for it.
You know, you kill somebody for real, you actually think you gonna make it into a rhyming scheme?
Yeah, y'all. Yeah,
I mean, a track for me to hear.
Yeah, you ain't shooting nobody.
Like, yeah, whip down an alley, your 42nd and 5th.
You know who's a thug? Marvin Harrisson. They're looking at this guy right now for one of his bullets in the guy's back.
That's still in there.
That's still in there, and he ain't ever said nothing about it. He was just breaking N.F.L records. Nigga called him up behind the club, said, hey, ain't you Marvin Harrisson? I want your Super Bowl ring. Give me your money. How about that, Sweet V? Hell no, motherfucker. Wow! Marvin Harrisson slugging your ass. And what he do?
A thug. He was just a man that defended himself well.
Hey, that's as thuggish as we gonna get in today's society, man. And that's thug shit. He didn't say nothing about it. He told his security guards don't say nothing about it. He made sure that nigga was bleeding in the alleyway before he ran off into the motherfucking night. And what did he do the next morning?
Disclaimer.
He didn't even do the disclaimer. He got up, went into the motherfucking N.F.L huddle, did some push-ups, ran his routes, caught some balls. Like the shit ain't never this guy. But that doesn't mean that there's no more racism in America. And everybody was so surprised when he commented on that bullshit that happened with that Professor Gates. Because it was some bullshit. And you know what? I really hope today that we live in a society where if it was a white old man in this house, that he would be taken in for disorderly conduct. Because once you enter your house and you show your ID to a policeman who's telling you that it may not be your house and you may have broken into your own house, and after you say look around, and I'm sure, and it's just logic here, I don't know these details, but logic tells me no matter how mad I am, if I'm a college professor, I pull out my ID and that's established fact. So it's also logical for me to assume, say, hey, look around, all this is my stuff. See that guy on the wall? That's me.
That's me on the wall.
That's my wife. That's my diploma. That's my daughter. So you can get the fuck on, Mr. Policeman, from my fucking house. So it is reasonable for me to assume that this may have happened, that you're a policeman in this guy's house and you're kind of getting mad at these curse words flying at you when you realize that you don't have a case and you really should be getting the fuck on constitutionally, since you're on that guy's property. Yeah, and that's when the ego trip comes to play, and that's when that's when you ask him to step outside and now he's disorderly. And one of my good friends said, can you be disorderly in your own house? My answer is, under those circumstances, absolutely not. If I have established myself as the owner and sole proprietor of this here land, and I want you off of this here land, I can reinforce this with gun. That's the constitutional right we have.